A thing about Detroit pizza that people overlook and those who aren't from this area don't know is that we have this really hearty crust where the cheese meets the crust and the toppings go all the way to the edge. I feel like that gives us a clear cut above all other pizza.
But what Joey and many other Detroiters may not realize is that their favorite pizza evolved from an earlier dish.
We're gonna make sfinciuni. Oggi facciamo una tecnica di sfinciuni. Sfinciuni fatto in casa. Sfinciuni is just a Sicilian pizza. It was made in Sicily. You know, the ladies would make bread, and then with the leftover dough, they would put some cheese on it and some sauce over the top. Sometimes the anchovy. Then at the end, a little bit of oregano over the top.
Sfinciuni is a style of pizza that Sicilian immigrants first brought to Detroit over a century ago. So how did this anchovy-laden pizza evolve into the dish now known as Detroit-style pizza, with its Wisconsin brick cheese and sauce on top? Sean Randazzo owns the Detroit-style pizza company in suburban Detroit.
Your average pizza consumer that's going to these Detroit-style pizza places every Friday to feed their family, I don't think that it's really recognized as being a descendant of a Sicilian dough.
Most of the early Sicilian immigrants to Detroit came from this town near Palermo. It's called Terracini, and here they still make sfinciuni just like they did a century ago.
You know, there's a couple versions of the story, but what I feel and believe and think's the most solid version of the story is back after World War II, troops came back with European taste, so a lot of bars were looking to, you know, do pizza and things like that. And there was a gentleman named Gus Guerra who owned Buddy's Rendezvous at 6 Mile and Conant, and he was looking to do something as well and wanted to do something a little different. And I guess a lot of shop workers would come in to the, you know, back then it was a blind pig during Prohibition. Some shop guys were saying, we got these little square rectangular parts pans we use like oil drip pans in auto shops and to spray down little oily parts. I guess they brought a couple of those pans in, and Gus Guerra had taken his wife's grandmother's Sicilian dough recipe and pressed it out in these, you know, automotive pans. He put the dough, let it rise, then he put pepperoni and cheese and sauce on top. In 1946, that's when, quote-unquote, Detroit-style pizza was born.
But still, ask any Detroiter. It's just square pizza, right? So why all the hype outside Detroit? For that, we have Randazzo to thank. In 2009, he took his square pizza on the road to pizza contests and expos, where he branded it Detroit-style pizza, and he started winning awards.
Came with my Detroit-style pizza, and out of like 70 competitors, I realized that like nobody, not one person had a similar style of pizza. To me, growing up, I thought this was pizza. I thought I could go anywhere in Ohio and find Detroit-style pizza because it was at the corner mom and pop, it was at, you know, the party store. So to me, it was pizza. You know, Detroit has always gotten a lot of bad rep, and I thought to myself, wow, you know, I have something very special here that I thought was common, but it's not, and it's an awesome culinary masterpiece that came from our region, Detroit. I need to get this style on the map.
It seems Randazzo has succeeded. Today, you can find Detroit-style pizzerias in places like Denver, LA, Brooklyn, and Austin, and you can even buy it from a Nestle-backed startup called Outsiders Pizza, found in frozen food sections nationwide. As for Avola, all of this Detroit-style pizza stuff is a little bit of nonsense.
You want to have a good pizza, you gotta go to Italy no matter what.
But don't tell that to this guy.
I've never had authentic Sicilian or Italian pizza, but as we like to say, Detroit versus everybody.